Coach. Obviously, another historic season so far for the Broncos. Some more program first, which I know that you love. Just your overall thoughts about the way the season has gone so far and your excitement level about another NCAA tournament.
Well, I mean, I love this group. I love the way they come together. I love the way they care about each other, and I love the way they come to the rink and work every day. And obviously, we've had some successes. We've had consistency of play, but that's what comes from consistency of effort too. And just real happy for the boys.
Open it up to questions.
What has worked for this team? Obviously, some people are saying this is probably the best team you've had in your 4 years as head coach, and probably one of the best teams in program history. What has been the key to this team's success?
Well, consistency for sure, I think, is the key, and the way they care about each other. Our leadership's phenomenal. Tim Washe's done an amazing job this year of 16 new players on this team. Think about that, and you think, okay, how are they going to come together, and then how quickly are they going to come together? And he's responsible for both those things happening quickly and well.
You talk about that leadership in Tim, who started his career here as kind of the grinding type, and now is not just the leader of this team or in the C, but also one of the top scorers here. How have you seen his game develop into being one of the team's top guys?
Well, the maturity showed in kind of refocusing his aggression and his competitiveness from where he used to be focused on face-offs, defense, these kind of things, and maybe physicality, which sometimes he was over physical because he's just too strong for some college players. But this year he's focused and said, okay, now I need to help this team in other ways. And he also needed help himself in other ways, which certainly is going to allow him to play some pro hockey after this. But he is smart, he does have good hands, and he can really skate. So there is offense in the game. He's allowed himself to show it this year.
The term belief has been thrown around a lot in this team. How do you instill that sort of confidence in your team to where, they not only think they can score 3 goals in one period, but also make a deep tournament run?
Well, I think a lot of people throw on confidence in sports, and I think it's nonsensical in lots of ways, but we believe because we earn it every day. We practice well. That's the one way to instill confidence in yourself, is to know you put the work in. That's the only way to really have confidence in yourself. And this team puts the work in every day. That's why they believe in themselves.
I see it in game too, just like when something maybe goes wrong or something doesn't go your way. I see you kind of just like a calm sense of demeanor on the bench. Just why did you try to instill that type of mentality on this team?
Calm equals good decisions. Good decisions equals success. So if I'm not calm, how can I ask young men to be calm, right? And so that's what we believe in, and that's it. And we also believe if there's a mistake or something bad happens, that's already in the past. You can't change that. So now what do we have to say? We're a what next team, right? And we got to focus on what next. What's next?
With you saying what's next, is there any type of gear shift with it being playoff hockey now, where it could be one and done, or you can go on a run here?
Honestly, with college hockey and the pairwise, I feel like every game of the season is one and done, and we've approached it that way. We'll continue to approach it that way. I don't think we have to do something different, something sensational. We have to be the best version of ourselves, and that's what we're going to concentrate on.
What do you have to say to the just character of this team for being down 3-0 to coming back in one period on Saturday night?
Well, it's pretty special, and again, we talked in between periods. I said, 1, believe in yourselves, 2, believe in each other. And I think they do that, and it certainly showed especially on Saturday night.
And how was it getting your 100th win in just such a
It's so funny. Everyone who knows me knows I don't look at stats. I had no idea I was even anywhere close to 100. It's cool that it worked out for a championship game, because then you can always remember the 100th now. But I mean, fun. 100 wins in 4 years of college hockey is a pretty good little run. Lots of that is we've had great players. We have an unreal coaching staff. I mean, Jason Herter could lead any program in this country to success, with no doubt in my mind. J.J. Crew and Jared Brown are 2 of the best young coaches in the game. So we're blessed that way as well.
One last thing on Washe here. We were just talking about Alex Bump and the great weekend he had, and how he was kind of a Hopi snub and whatnot. And Slakinski's great game as of late. But how do you think Washe's really handled just kind of being that team leader guy, but also kind of be one of the undercard guys of just being there and always being consistent for this team?
Well, I mean, you're placing him on the undercard. I'm not. And I know what you mean by scoring. Alex Bump is going to take the star role in scoring because he's our star player. He's going to play National Hockey very, very shortly. But Tim Washe has realized, he can contribute too. He believes. And everyone on our team, we're the number 1 scoring team in college hockey, and we don't have a guy in the top 10 for the Hobie. Okay. I'd have a different vote. That's all I'm saying.
You're going up against a team of Mankato. I know some people don't look at the CCHAs highly, there's the NCHC and Hockey East and whatnot, but obviously this is a Mavs team that's really well coached and obviously got a good goaltender. What are you looking
Yeah, we're great friends with our coach. Luke Strand prepares his team in an unreal fashion. He won a USHL championship just a short few years ago with Alex Tracy as his goaltender, so they're certainly comfortable together. That team is going to be organized. They play extremely, extremely hard. They were the best team in that league all year. I know they're going to be prepared and come to compete.
It's going to be a clash of the number one ranked defense versus the number one ranked offense. How is your team kind of embracing that challenge?
Well, we're fifth ranked in D too, so we play some pretty good D as well, and we're gonna treat it just like we normally do. We're gonna attack, and we're gonna try to force them to defend, and we're gonna stay on our toes and really play as offensive game as we can possibly play.
You touched on it at the top of just how many different players you've had to welcome onto this team, and it's I guess from the line that's known as the assassin line last year, getting all the praise, to now it's just a completely different way. A lot of different guys scoring. What were the conversations like? In terms of just like how you're going to get your goal production this season and how it's panned out for you.
We don't necessarily talk about goal production. We talk about style of play.
Okay.
And the way we're going to attack and how everyone's going to buy into that. And I think our team and successful teams overall play the game with their feet, so we play at a real fast pace. That fast pace allows us to attack other teams before they're set up. I think that's the style and approach we have going. We have a nice mix of freshmen who've been successful. We have a nice mix of transfers. Robbie Drasner and Brian Kramer on the back end have been, immeasurably so important to our success with their leadership, their guidance for our young players. So there's been lots of different people contributing to it, but they've all fit in nicely. And again, that's due to our leadership.
You're looking at probably maybe out of all the first round matchups, probably the best goalie matchup against Kinski and Tracy. How is that exciting for you to see?
Well, lots of good goalies in the country, but I believe these are two of the best. I agree with that 100%. And I think it's like all playoff games, going to be tight checking, probably lowish scoring. Somebody's going to have to take advantage on the special teams, I'm sure. Someone's going to have to decide to really, will their way into scoring some goals.
Any other questions for Coach?
I guess this last thing is just, you guys have been here 4 straight years. You guys have had an historic season. So what's the expectation, going into this tournament? Do you feel like this is the group that you guys can
Our expectation is to perform at our highest level on Thursday.
Yeah.
After that, we're going to perform at our highest level in our next game. So we're going to stick with one at a time. I know what you're asking, and it's a good question. But we'll never get out in front of our skis. We're going to stay in the moment.
Tim wants to have you open up with a statement about just how the season's gone so far and what you're looking forward to most about playing the NCAA tournament for a 4th straight year.
Yeah, no, great start to the season, I'd say. Finished up the regular season was great. Start of playoffs has been, textbook. So, yeah, we're excited to get to the tournament, and should be fun.
Open it up to questions.
Tim, this is your 4th NCAA tournament. You've been out every year you've been here. What's different about playing in the NCAA tournament compared to other games that you play?
Yeah, well, this being the 4th year, we got a lot of experience in the room, so that helps out a lot. What's different this year, though, is we've had success. Starting well in playoffs, getting that frozen face-off is a big deal. It gives us some momentum going into it. So should be a different story for us this year.
We usually see in the NCAA tournament, especially in hockey, it seems like it's those experienced teams that make a run and can win a national title. How are you going to use the experience for you and the other seniors that have been here to try and get some of the younger guys ready for a one-and-done playoff scenario?
Yeah, I mean, it's kill or be killed, right? So we've had that message, all year, and that's what's led to our success. So, I mean, for us, nothing really changes. We're just going to keep doing what we're doing, stick to our game plans, and, we're going to have some fun with it.
And besides the experience on this team, just what is this team so good at, or what's different about this team that's allowed you guys to get to this point?
Yeah, I think we're just a really close team. Everyone loves coming to the rink and getting better each day. but yeah, we're really close.
And Fersch got his 100th win in the midst of kind of all this chaos that's been going on. Just what is it like for him to get that milestone? What is it like playing for him?
Yeah, no, it's a big deal. I believe he's the fastest coach in Bronco history to get that, and what a special night to get that, right? Our first Frozen face-off. So, I know he's excited. His family was there, so really happy for him, and yeah, we're just gonna, keep going.
What kind of influence has Fersch had on your game, over your 4 years? He's been your head coach every year you've been here.
Yeah, no, I just try to be a sponge. He's got a lot of experience. He's coached some of the best players, players I grew up watching with, Detroit. So, yeah, just try to learn everything I can from him. What he teaches works. So that's why, we're at where we're at.
What is it going to take for this team to make it far in this tournament?
I think belief. That's what it comes down to. We have the talent. The guys in the room are all great. But yeah, I think just believing in our group. You saw a little bit of that against Denver there. So yeah, I don't think there's a challenge we can overcome.
I hear that being brought up all the time this year. Like, is that something that was player-led, this belief, this positivity, just like no matter what the situation is going on in the game? Is that something that this coaching staff has instilled in you guys, or is that something that, has been player-led?
Yeah, no, a little bit of both. It comes down to our habits. We've been in, all different kinds of situations this year. And yeah, we stuck together. Yeah, we work together. We have fun with it. There's nowhere else we'd rather be when we're on the ice together, right? So, but yeah, belief's a big thing. And our habits have been great all year. So we're just, sticking to it.
You guys have won a conference title, regular season conference title, tournament title, 30 wins. I think one of the only, if not the only team to do that in the nation. And you're ranked 3rd in the country. Like, you're doing historic stuff right now. Like, is there any pressure? Do you feel that pressure going on, knowing, you've been at the tournament, but the results haven't always been there for you?
Yeah, no, we don't feel any pressure. Score is always 0-0. We're just worried about ourselves and the next game. It's all we can control.
Talk about yourself a little bit, Tim. Obviously, over your career, you've gone from being kind of the supporting character, a grinding guy, now to one of the top offensive weapons for this hockey club. Just talk about this experience in the 4 years to become one of the top guys on this roster.
Yeah, well, I've had a lot of time to grow here. A lot of great players here that have helped me along the way that are now playing professional hockey. So just learning from them, learning from the coaches, like I said. But yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool getting better every day.
And obviously, you've scored a couple clutch goals this year, the GLI semifinals, and of course this past Saturday. Do you have that clutch gene in you? Have you always known it's been there for you?
No, I mean that's a hard one to answer. But I just think guys set me up. A lot of good players out there working with, and just some fortunate bounces.
You guys have gotten to be the top scoring team in the country once again this year. How have you guys been able to kind of just turn it on here since January and just been getting that offensive firepower going?
Yeah, no, it starts with practice. We got some really good goalies, so trying to score on them in practice is a challenge. I think it makes scoring in games a little easier for us. But yeah, just sticking to our habits, good habits. Yeah, we're having fun with it. Scoring's fun, so everyone wants to get in on it, right? So yeah, just focusing on each game. We have a great game plan against other teams we're playing, especially in the O-zone. So we were just following that.
You guys are going up against one of the best goalies in the nation, Alex Tracy there at Mankato, Hobie Baker finalist, Mike Richter finalist. What are some things you guys are going to try to exploit when you guys face this week?
Yeah, all the goals are waiting for us around the net, so we're going to try to get there, get in front of his eyes, and yeah, we got some great shooters, so they'll find a way.
I hear you said at the top, it just feels like a different mentality you have. Like, you expect different results. Where is that confidence coming from going into this tournament?
Just all year. We've had success all year. We've been in some big games against some of the best teams in the country, so we know what to expect. But yeah, we're really excited for Thursday. It's gonna be awesome.
A little Earth Day, you guys have to go to Fargo while Michigan State gets to drive down the road to Toledo.
No, hey, we're still playing, so there's no problem with that.